Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of SportsKhabri podcast. As we all know, the esports will be heading to Asian Games this year, and today we have the Indian captain of the League of Legends team, Akshaj Shenoy, with us. Hi, Akshaj. Thank you so much for coming.
Hello, it's my pleasure to come here actually.
Let's just we'll just chat a bit about your esports career till now and the goals ahead. So let's just start right at the beginning. Could you tell us how you got into esports and like especially League of Legends?
I think I started playing when I was in my third standard, but I only used to play for fun because my PC wouldn't support high end games. So I was stuck
Okay.
playing League of Legends, and I've been playing League for like, I think, 7 years, I think now. And I only
Okay.
realized I was good at it when I was introduced to the League of Legends India Facebook, the Facebook group, and I
Okay.
participated in one of the tournaments which was hosted. And slowly, I started climbing the ranks. I started becoming recognized in the community, and then uh, I started realizing that I love the thrill of winning in such a competitive environment, which only pushed me further. And my team is right now the strongest in India, and I can confidently say that we're going to represent ourselves in South Asia and might as well represent South Asia in Asian Games.
That's great. That's great to hear. Like one more thing, like very interesting, which you said, like you started in third standard, like you've been playing for around 7 years. You're still a student. How is the balance like? Like especially with the Asian Games coming, your studies and like practicing.
Yeah, I'm currently studying in the St. Joseph's University in Bangalore,
Yeah.
and I'm in my
Yeah.
final year right now. If the event was not postponed due to COVID, I would have finished participating in the event by the beginning of my third year. But now, having to balance my college life, being in the final year, and my esports as my career as an esports athlete, it has become a little bit more difficult, but one always makes time for the things they love. My passion has always been playing games, and being able to represent one's country in that game just makes it even more important. And especially in a country with a population of 1.37 billion, not everyone has the honor to do it.
Okay. And like also could you like share with us some of like the hurdles and struggles you have to face as a esports athlete, especially in India? Because like I mean it's still a growing sport and like it's not that recognized as like some of your mainstream sports.
It's true, actually. There have been many small hurdles which have been affected the gameplay for my teams, like the unavailability of a server for Indians who play the game. But
Yes,
the biggest hurdle I faced was certainly society's perception about gaming in my early stages of playing the game. My parents were skeptical about me playing games, but as soon as they realized I could balance my education with my passion for gaming, they let me pursue my goal. I've heard many remarks like, "Oh my God, what is he doing with his life? He's behind the computer all the time," and things like, "Haven't his parents taught him basic etiquettes and habits? He's ruining his life by playing games." But they don't realize that I'm only here because of my parents' trust in me. So the society must, give faith to the esport gamers. I never, believing in one's ability and support from loved ones can go a long way.
definitely. And also like I think what you spoke about right now, the mindset of society,
Yeah.
especially like in India, like esports is seeing a boom in India and all over the world, especially the last couple of years with the pandemic. What do you think are some of the like the steps like as society like we can take to change the mindset? Like esports athletes are also athletes. Sometimes they're not looked at athletes, right? Like if you compare like an esports athlete with your normal cricketer or a
Yeah.
footballer in India, I mean people look at them very differently, which is a bit unfair to the esports athlete because the hours you guys put in are like almost the same, if not more, and like it's a little it's different, but I think people like don't understand that. So I mean you are from on the other end, we are the viewers, you are on the other end. So what like some of the steps like we can take or like should like do to change that mindset?
Uh, yes, first of all, I do agree that esport athletes are not getting the recognition they deserve. There exists talent all across the Indian subcontinent, but India has not realized the lucrative aspect of the esport industry. Like in a capitalist economy, a country will only give attention to subjects which they can benefit out of, right? So even the traditional news channels do not cover such events because they simply do not gain viewership from it. Because not many people are interested in watching esports in India. So people's mentality and thoughts behind gaming's being just a hobby or like a part-time activity should be changed, and they should realize that gaming is not just pressing buttons and clicking on stuff. It takes effort and skill to reach the top, but I still believe esports has the esport industry has a long way to go because everything starts from nothing and its journey has already begun. The Dota 2 recently got a bronze medal for the country, I think, in
Yes,
the Commonwealth
yes,
Esport Games, and I'm
Commonwealth
happy
Games.
they
Yes,
got the yeah, I'm happy they got the attention they deserve because I think I remember seeing them on the TV. Yeah, they got congratulated because not everyone can achieve such a feat, and I think it's up to my team to show up to the occasion right now.
yes, that's exactly right. Especially hopefully with the what happened at the Commonwealth Games with the Dota team, it's like baby steps now.
Yeah,
We keep moving forward now with Asian Games. So like let's talk about like the Asian Games. Like it's been delayed. Like you mentioned it earlier. It's been delayed for a while. Do you see this delay as like a I know added advantage kind of thing? You get like more preparation, or like is it like kind of a unfortunate thing also? Because like maybe like you're just looking forward to getting done with it.
honestly speaking, even with the extra time, our practice schedule hasn't been changed that much. But we have taken effort into practicing more because we have a lot more time within us. Unlike professional esports players and in other countries, my teammates and I have to juggle between our career as esports athlete and our work life or our college life, since we cannot survive just by playing the game. Since there's no means of income through it, right?
Yes.
In fact, and the only income I think we earn is through tournaments, yeah. And as of now, there haven't been much tournaments happening because the scene is pretty much stagnant right now. Yeah, but like we have given
So
effort
let's
to practicing. Infrastructure and training is yet to be received by the Esports Federation of India, but they're doing their best to acquire the same.
now if we get to the League of Legends specifically, you've competed like recently and like this thing with like some of the teams internationally. So like if you look at the Indian scenario currently, where do you think like where do we stand on the international level, and like what are some of the steps we can take to make ourselves like a little more competitive on the international level?
I think the main problem here is that India does not have a proper server to play on. Like, because not many people, would sacrifice their quality and experience by playing in such a high ping. And right now, the server which we play on, which is the Garena server, gives us a playable
Yes,
ping, but not the best. So, and Riot, the parent company of the top two esports title, which is League and Valorant, has not realized the potential of the player base in India. Although Riot has given a server for the Valorant, I think. So, yeah, the Mumbai server, yeah. I hope
yes.
they bring it to the league. But the sad part is, I think Riot has given away the license to Garena. So I don't think they can bring in a Southeast Asia server until the license expires, yeah. Organizations can also take effort into reviving the scene and host tournaments, but it's hard to say because they don't see much profitability because they don't earn much viewers, right?
Yes,
So yeah,
definitely.
I think that can also go a long way.
And so also like or like we just spoke about like say in the non existence of a server, like see what are like you look at like the international level, like apart from this, like as a skill based thing, would you think like we are getting up there with the international teams?
um like I mentioned above, Garena like gives a suboptimal ping for Indians to play on.
Yeah.
It gives us
Yes.
around like a 60 to 100 ping, while other pros in other countries are getting like 10 to 20 ping. And in a real-time strategy video game like League of Legends, ping plays a major role in deciding the outcome of an event. Factors like reaction time, decision making, have no value because the ping is really high, so it's really hard. Over time we've gotten used to the ping and have adjusted accordingly, but the fact that we reached like the one of the top teams in the server, this raises a question that what if we had better ping? Would we be one of the top in the world?
Hopefully, we do get like our all these small issues sorted out in the future, and then we can compete on the international level as well very soon. So, like also like let's talk about like a training routine, especially with regards to League of Legends. What's your training routine like during like a tournament coming up? Like, what's your day to day? What does your day look like?
Usually I put in at least 3 hours after my college to play. That involves like that includes individual practicing by playing in the server, and then we can also usually my teammates are not free during the weekdays, so usually we get into at least 5 games in a weekend. But if other players are not available, we try to bring in a substitute to fill in for the day, which happens most of the time. But as of now we're getting good practice, and we usually sit down after the games and discuss the current situation of the game and the current game state, and like we discuss on how we can work around it as a team and make sure we utilize the meta.
And how's the team's preparation for the Asian Games been?
It's going good. Some people have work during the beginning of the day, but my college also ends around 4:30. So usually once they're done with their work, once I'm done with my college, so shortly after they'll be done with their work. So usually we get around 2 games per day, and then we sit down and discuss how the games could have gone better or what we could have done better in the games. So as of now, it's
And
going good.
that's great to hear. And like, what is like realistically looking? What is like the main goal from the Asian Games? Like, what's the team's main goal of the event? Like,
It's
do you
like
think like
my goal is like the same as my team's goal. And my team's goal is to showcase our talents to the world, right? And make sure we leave after making a good impression of ourselves. We're going against the world's best and finest, which means that it's going to take a lot more effort to keep up with them. However, that motivates us that rather than demotivating us, because we can finally represent our nation and doing what we're good at, right? So it only drives us further to give them a better challenge.
and like talking about like you're going to be playing like just as you mentioned, you're going to be playing against some of the world's finest. The so like, are you excited like to go up against like some of the most well-renowned names in the world? Is it like uh, are you like looking forward, or is it exciting, or is it a little bit scary? Like when you're going to face
Yeah,
like the best in the server.
I feel it's a mix of all three, right? Because we've grown up playing the game casually, watching all our favorite players playing on YouTube. So, like, finally being able to play with, like, amidst them, that's actually such a huge honor. And it's also scary, right? Because you've seen them playing so well, and then you might not feel you're up to the standard, but that only motivates you to train much better. So I hope I get to see my idol. His name is Faker. He's playing
Okay.
on the Korean team.
Yes.
And I hope my team gets to go against them.
And could you like share with us this will be the first time esports is a medal event at like a
Yeah.
major event like the Asian Games. Like, what does it mean for the like from as a athlete's point of view, professional esports athlete in India, for like the game to grow? Because like this is this is like a stepping stone in the industry. Like from here, it can just go up and up, and
Yeah.
hopefully like even like bigger events like recognize esports, having it maybe at like the Olympics would be something like that's the ultimate dream. And so how important is it for the Indian industry to like gain this thing valuable experience from this event, and also like the exposure we get from this event.
Esports have been in the Asian Games before, but it has not been a medal event. I think so. I think it's going to be the
Yes,
first time it's going to be the medal event, and so
yes.
since it's worth a medal, and other sports give the same value of a medal, so people are going to realize that how esports actually has value in the industry, right? They're going to actually
Yes.
watch the game, they're going to get, they're going to get awareness about the game, and that can lead to more people playing the game, or organizations thinking, they actually see profitability, and they think they can utilize this industry. So they might bring in, sponsorships. They might make sure the esport athlete team is sponsored under them, or host any tournaments which can gain viewership. So I think it's really good for the esports industry that esports are getting a medal in the Asian Games.
Also, like speaking along with the same lines, like having it as a medal event, do you think it can change the outlook of the Indian society and like accept esports like as a career?
Yeah, certainly, because right now the Dota 2 team has gotten a bronze medal, right? And other
Yeah.
esport athletes, sorry, and other athletes have gotten a medal, and they've received a lot of recognition and congratulations on television. So, like, if we're able to get another medal and we get the recognition for it, our I think people from our nation, they're going to be very proud of us. They For playing a game which they thought had no value, they actually getting a medal for our country. That can change people's perception towards it.
Okay. And also like let's talk about personally like apart from like say League of Legends, what are like some of the other esports titles you enjoy? Like
I do play the other game which was made by Riot, Valorant. Uh,
yes.
I do play, so to goof around with my friends, because I'm used to playing a team game. So we do play serious sometimes, but I think we would rather play League seriously. So and I don't think I play any other esport title as such. Like I think I play Osu, which is like a aim based rhythm game, which helps me calm down because it's a rhythm game and I love music a lot. So yeah, that's the only two games I play apart from League.
Okay. So Akshas, thank you so much like for coming today and taking out some time. I know like you have this thing, your student life and your professional esports, with especially the Asian Games coming up. It's like very hectic for you. Thank you so much for taking out time. I
Thank you
can
so
tell
much for having me.
that all of us are going to be like rooting for the Indian team at the Asian Games, and we are hoping like we go almost or the full distance. We'll be cheering on for you, and hopefully you'll go the full distance.
Thank you
Um,
so much. Thank you for having me. And your support really does matter, because it's going to push us further to get that medal, because we know that people are cheering on for us.
that's what we want to do. Also, that's why we are here. Also, like just to like help give a platform and like help esports gain a recognition, because I mean it's growing and it needs all the support currently. So we just hope like if this is going to like just help you go up and up now. Uh, Thank you for your
Thank
time
you.
and all the very best. Looking forward to exciting and successful Asian Games from the Indian teams.
Thank you so much. And we hope to stand up to the occasion.